Let me guess. You walk into a room and no one looks up. You speak and people talk over you. You try to impress, try to be funny, try to seem confident, but deep down, you know they don't respect you, they don't fear you, they don't even notice you. And it pisses you off, doesn't it? Because you're trying, you're doing what the world told you to do. Be nice, be humble, don't be too much. But here's the truth no one told you. Respect is not something you ask for, it's something you take, and it's not earned by being seen, it's earned by becoming dangerous. Today, I'll give you 6 dark habits, not the ones that get likes, claps, or attention, but the ones that silently force people to respect you, whether they like you or not. Habit 1, silence that cuts. Most men talk too much. They overshare, over-explain, overcompensate, because silence terrifies them. It forces them to sit in their own skin, and they're not at peace in there. But the man who masters silence, that man becomes a mystery. He listens more than he speaks. He answers slowly, calmly. He doesn't react. He responds. And when he does speak, people lean in because they know he only says what matters. You think confidence is loud. It's not. Confidence is being completely unfazed by silence. That's why people respect it, because silence feels like control, and control is power. Start talking less. Cut your stories in half. Speak only when your words have weight. Watch what happens. They'll feel it before they understand it. 2, discipline you can see. You don't need to be jacked. You don't need to be shredded, but you do need to be visibly dangerous. Because whether you like it or not, men are judged in silence. The way you walk, the way your body moves, the way your shoulders hold tension or your jaw locks when you're focused. It all speaks before you do. And the man who's carved his body through pain, not for looks, not for likes, but for self-respect, that man walks different. He's built something, and people feel it. You don't need to be the biggest guy in the room. You need to be the one who clearly chooses discomfort every day, the one whose body reflects discipline, not decoration, readiness. Because people don't respect soft men, they pity them. Or worse, they ignore them. So lift heavy, run when it's raining, train when you're tired, turn your body into proof of your inner standard. Not for them, for you. Your words might lie, but your body never does. Number 3, detachment that hurts people. Let me say something that'll piss a few people off. If you want respect, you have to become colder, not cruel, not bitter, colder. You see, men today are too emotionally available, too easy to read, too eager to connect, too reactive. You text back fast, you explain yourself, you make sure she knows you're not mad, you're always emotionally accessible, always present, and you wonder why no one respects you. Here's the truth. Respect isn't given to the guy who's always available. It's given to the one who can disappear and not flinch. Dark confidence means you're not addicted to being understood. You can walk away from any situation, woman, friend, family, if it disrespects your standard. You're not heartless. You just value peace over people-pleasing. You're willing to be misunderstood. You're willing to be called arrogant, cold, detached. Because deep down, you know, you don't owe anyone your warmth. Not until they've earned it. You know why this feels so extreme? Because you were raised in a world that made you feel like you had to earn love. Be the good boy, be the helpful son, be the funny friend, be the safe guy. You never learned to just sit with yourself, so you became a performer, always trying to win people's validation. But here's the raw truth. You will never be respected while you're still afraid of being alone. The man who earns respect doesn't beg for connection. He builds himself into someone worth connecting to. And that begins when you stop apologizing for your boundaries. 4, ruthless self-honesty. Here's a habit you won't see on social media. Call yourself out, brutally. No sugarcoating, no soft, I'll try better next time. No lying to protect your ego. Every morning, ask yourself, did I show up like a man yesterday, or did I flinch? Because to earn respect, you must first understand that you can't lie to yourself and expect others to believe you. If you skip the gym, say it. I was weak today. If you let someone disrespect you, say it. I was too scared to speak up. If you lied to impress someone, say it. I sold myself out for approval. Most men build fake confidence on lies. They convince themselves they're doing their best while half-assing everything. And they wonder why no one takes them seriously. But a man who calls himself out, who can look in the mirror and say, I was soft today, but I won't be tomorrow, that man earns respect because he's grounded in truth. Now, if you think these 4 habits were powerful, you'd better wait for the next things on our list. With them, you will raise your confidence to a level you could once only dream of. Number 5, speaking like a king. You want to know the easiest way to spot a weak man? Listen to how he talks. He fills his sentences with permission. Sorry, but I was just wondering. I could be wrong, but that's how boys speak. That's how men who expect rejection speak. And the world hears it loud and clear. Don't take me seriously. But the man who speaks like a king, he doesn't rush, he doesn't over-explain, he doesn't soften his truth. He says what he means. He says it once, and he says it with weight. Not giving a shit what others will think. It doesn't mean being rude or arrogant. It means removing the fluff, cutting the nervous laughter, and speaking from a place of stillness, not approval seeking. Speak like a man who's already accepted that he might be misunderstood. Because when you don't fear rejection, your words gain power, and people feel it. Now, here's why most guys never build this level of presence. Because being respected feels foreign. You're used to being ignored, irrelevant, rejected, and somewhere deep in your nervous system, you started to believe that's what you deserve. So when people finally start to notice your presence, when they start listening, when they start showing respect, you sabotage it. You act extra nice. You crack a joke. You look away. You don't know how to accept a compliment because it's uncomfortable to feel like a man when you've only ever known how to feel like a boy. But that feeling, that edge, that's the signal you're growing. It's the discomfort of leveling up, and most men run from it. Don't. Sit in it. Own it. Let it harden you, not break you. If you feel awkward being powerful, it's because your body's still trying to be small enough to be liked. Screw that. Respect doesn't feel safe. It feels earned. And if it feels too big for you, grow into it. And the last thing on our list can help you do that. Habit 6, controlled rage. There's a fire inside you. You felt it. That quiet, gnawing rage. The anger at being overlooked. The bitterness at your own weakness. The fury at how long you've lived like a ghost. But instead of mastering it, you suppress it. Because we have been taught that anger is a bad thing. Let me turn your world upside down and tell you something that no one's brave enough to say anymore. Your anger is sacred, but only if you learn how to control it. You see, we've been told that anger is toxic, but what they never told you is that it's also fuel. Every powerful man you've ever admired, every leader, every warrior, every dangerous, calm presence, he learned to keep his rage on a leash. Not repressed, not unleashed, controlled. Even famous psychologist and author Jordan Peterson stresses that a man must become dangerous. It's not about being aggressive and hurting others, but just mastering your anger and using it as additional fuel. That's the kind of man people respect, not because he's angry, but because they know he could be. There's something terrifyingly magnetic about a man who has power, but chooses when to use it. Because uncontrolled anger makes you a little screaming boy, but controlled anger, that's the shadow of a king. Here's the part no one tells you. You only get one shot at becoming the man you were meant to be. One life, one body, one reputation. You can either spend it chasing attention, trying to get approval, fitting in, or you can become a man who moves in silence, builds in the dark, and commands respect without needing to beg for it. Let me ask you something. In 10 years, do you want to be known as the guy who was always online, always talking, always posting, always chasing, but deep down, still empty? Or do you want to be the one who walked into a room and people just felt something different? A man who built himself so completely, he no longer needed to explain. You have that choice, right now. Most men die ordinary, not because they weren't capable, but because they never dropped the soft habits that made them forgettable. This is your wake-up call. Drop the noise, burn the comfort, earn the edge, and walk forward alone if you have to. Because respect doesn't follow the loudest man. It follows the man who doesn't care if he's followed at all. If this hit something deep in you, if you felt called out, exposed, or awakened, then you already know what to do. Show some love by liking the video and join the brotherhood. We're not here to make you feel better. We're here to make you stronger, more focused, more respected. If you're ready to stop chasing and start becoming, you're one of us now. See you in the next one, brother.